You just spent $300,000 building your dream barndominium. You followed all the plans, used quality materials, and your contractor did everything right. Then the bank appraiser shows up and tells you your brand new home is only worth $250,000. Welcome to the appraisal gap nightmare that's blindsiding barndominium owners across America. Today, I'm exposing why this happens, the real numbers behind it, and most importantly, the proven strategies to protect yourself from losing tens of thousands of dollars. Stay with me until the end because I'm revealing the exact steps that have saved Barndo owners from this financial disaster. But first, if you're considering building or buying a barndominium, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This information could save you $50,000 or more. Drop a comment below if you've experienced an appraisal gap on your barndo. Let's dive in. What is the appraisal gap problem? Here's what's happening. You build or buy a barndominium for a specific price, let's say $300,000. When the bank sends their appraiser to determine the property's value for financing purposes, they come back with a number that's 8 to 12% lower, sometimes even 15 to 20% lower in extreme cases. That means your $300,000 barndo might appraise for only $240,000 to $276,000. That's an appraisal gap of $24,000 to $60,000. This isn't just frustrating, it's financially devastating. If you're the buyer trying to get a mortgage, the lender will only loan you money based on the appraised value, not what you agreed to pay. You have to come up with the difference in cash, renegotiate the price, or walk away from the deal entirely. If you're refinancing or trying to sell, you're stuck watching equity you thought you had simply evaporate on paper. Why banks value barndominiums lower? Let me be brutally honest about why this happens. Banks and appraisers have legitimate concerns about barndominiums, even though many of these concerns are becoming outdated as barndos gain popularity. The biggest issue is lack of comparable sales. Appraisers determine value by finding similar properties that recently sold in your area. Traditional homes have tons of comparable sales, making appraisal straightforward. Barndominiums, especially in areas where they're still relatively rare, have few or no direct comparables. An appraiser might have to look at traditional stick-built homes, which typically cost more per square foot to build, and then make subjective adjustments downward because your property is metal construction. This creates artificially low valuations. The second problem is perceived marketability. Banks worry about resale. They want to know that if you default on your loan, they can sell the property and recover their money. Barndominiums appeal to a niche market compared to traditional homes. Not everyone wants to live in a metal building, especially in suburban areas where barndo aesthetics might not fit the neighborhood. This perceived limited buyer pool makes banks nervous, so they value the property lower as a risk management strategy. Third is the construction cost factor. Here's the irony. Barndominiums are cheaper to build than traditional homes, typically running $95 to $150 per square foot compared to $150 to $300 for stick-built homes. Appraisers know this. When they see you spent $300,000 on a 2,400 square foot barndo, they're calculating that construction cost was around $125 per square foot. They might think the property is overbuilt or that buyers won't pay a premium for metal construction when they could get traditional construction for similar money. This logic hurts barndo owners even though the lower construction cost is actually an advantage. Fourth is appraiser inexperience. Many appraisers simply don't understand barndominiums. They don't know how to properly value metal construction, spray foam insulation, energy efficiency benefits, durability advantages, or the flexibility of open floor plans. They're trained on traditional residential properties and treat barndos like oddball properties that need to be discounted. The real numbers. Let me give you specific examples so you understand the scope of this problem. In Texas, where barndominiums are extremely popular, builders report that barndos typically appraise 8 to 12% less than comparable stick-built homes. A 2,000 square foot barndo that costs $280,000 to build might appraise for only $246,000 to $258,000. That's a $22,000 to $34,000 gap. In areas where barndominiums are less common, the gap can be worse. Some owners report appraisals coming in 15 to 20% below cost. That same $280,000 property might appraise for only $224,000 to $238,000, creating gaps of $42,000 to $56,000. The problem hits hardest during initial construction financing. You get a construction loan based on projected appraised value. If the final appraisal comes in lower than expected, your permanent mortgage might not cover your construction costs. You're suddenly on the hook for tens of thousands in cash you didn't plan to need. Refinancing creates similar issues. Many owners build Barndos with construction loans, planning to refinance later. When the appraisal comes in low, they can't refinance at favorable terms because they don't have enough equity on paper, even though they've paid for everything in full. How to fix it? Proven strategies. Now, let's talk solutions. These are strategies that actually work based on real experiences from barndominium owners and industry professionals. Strategy 1 is working with experienced appraisers. This is absolutely critical. Before your appraisal happens, find out who the appraiser will be. If they don't have barndominium experience, push back. Request an appraiser who has valued metal buildings or barndominiums before. Some lenders will accommodate this request. You can also hire your own appraiser to do a pre-appraisal before the bank's official appraisal. This costs $300 to $600, but gives you ammunition if the bank's appraisal comes in low. If your pre-appraisal shows higher value, you have grounds to challenge. Strategy 2 is providing comprehensive documentation to the appraiser. Don't make them guess about your property's value. Create a detailed package including itemized construction costs showing exactly what you spent and where, photos of high-quality finishes and materials, energy efficiency certifications or calculations showing lower utility costs, warranties on metal siding and roofing, demonstrating longevity, and comparable barndominium sales from your area or neighboring areas. Hand this package directly to the appraiser when they arrive. Make their job easier by showing them exactly why your property deserves its value. Strategy 3 is expanding the comparable search area. Talk to your appraiser about using comps from a wider geographic area. Barndominiums in the next county or even neighboring states can be relevant comparables if they're similar in size, quality, and features. Appraisers are allowed to go outside the immediate area when local comps are limited. They just need to document why those comps are relevant and adjust for market differences. Strategy 4 is comparing living space accurately. This is crucial. If you have a 3,000 square foot barndominium with 2,000 square feet of living space and 1,000 square feet of shop or storage, make sure the appraiser compares only your 2,000 square feet of finished living space to traditional homes. Don't let them devalue your entire 3,000 square feet as residential space. The shop space should be valued as additional amenity, not as primary living area at residential prices. Strategy 5 is using the cost approach method. Encourage your appraiser to use the cost approach in addition to sales comparisons. The cost approach calculates what it would cost to rebuild your property from scratch today. For new barndominiums with quality materials and finishes, the cost approach often yields higher values than pure sales comparisons because you can prove exactly what was spent on construction. Strategy 6 is choosing the right lender from the start. Not all lenders are equally difficult about barndominiums. Farm credit lenders, local community banks, and credit unions in rural areas are typically much more comfortable with barndominiums than large national banks. They've seen more of them and understand the market better. Shop around before you commit to a lender. Ask specifically about their barndominium appraisal policies and success rates. Strategy 7 is building smart for appraisal value. If you're still in the planning phase, consider these factors. Build in areas where barndominiums are already established, making comps easier to find. Use quality finishes that match or exceed local residential standards. Include features that increase perceived residential value, like traditional-looking exterior elements, proper landscaping, and covered porches. Avoid over-customization that makes your property too unique to compare with anything else. Keep good records of all construction costs and save receipts. Strategy 8 is the appraisal contingency clause. If you're buying an existing barndominium, include an appraisal contingency in your purchase agreement. This clause lets you renegotiate or walk away if the appraisal comes in below the purchase price. Many sellers will negotiate down to the appraised value rather than lose the sale entirely. The good news: here's what's improving. As barndominiums become more common, the appraisal gap problem is shrinking. In states like Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma, where barndos are everywhere, appraisers are getting better at valuing them accurately. More comparable sales data exists. Lenders are becoming comfortable with them as legitimate residential properties. Recent data shows barndominiums holding their value well over time. Some properties have appreciated 20 to 30% over just 3 to 5 years, proving that initial low appraisals were overly conservative. As this track record builds, appraisers and lenders are adjusting their approaches. The key takeaway is that the appraisal gap is a solvable problem, not a deal breaker. With the right preparation, documentation, and lender selection, you can minimize or eliminate the gap entirely. The barndominium appraisal gap nightmare is real, but it's not inevitable. Understanding why it happens puts you in control. Banks value Barndos lower because of limited comparable sales, perceived marketability concerns, construction cost differences, and appraiser inexperience. But you can fight back by working with experienced appraisers, providing comprehensive documentation, expanding the comp search, using the cost approach, choosing the right lender, and building smart from the start. If you're facing an appraisal gap right now, don't panic. Challenge the appraisal with additional documentation. Get a second opinion. Negotiate with your lender or seller. Most gaps can be bridged with the right approach. The bottom line is this: barndominiums are fantastic homes that offer incredible value, but you need to be strategic about appraisals. Don't go into the process blind. Prepare, document, and work with professionals who understand these unique properties. So tell me in the comments, have you dealt with an appraisal gap on your barndominium? What was your experience? And if you found this information valuable, smash that like button, subscribe for more honest content about barndominium ownership, and share this with anyone considering building or buying a barndo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.